Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how I make this egusi soup, and it's going to be the frying method. Okay, but before then, please kindly like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll be sharing with you the ingredients which I use to prepare the soup. Okay, there are different methods of making egusi soup, but today I'm going to just be sharing the frying method. Please watch and enjoy. Okay, so let's go into it right now. So these are the ingredients which I will be using, okay, to prepare this delicious pot of egusi soup. All right, so let's keep going. So this is prawn, Opkoro. This goat, beef, and this palm oil. This is stockfish and goat's meat already cooked, salt. This is egusi soup. Okay, then this one is dry pepper, Cameroon pepper in the container. This is periwinkle. Okay, dry periwinkle. Then this one is shaki, and this is crayfish, and this is Abodi curried. Okay, and this is Maggi cube seasoning. So that is what I'll be using to prepare the soup. And yes, so now I'm adding the meat in the pot, okay, with the shaki trip or tripe. So with a bit of onions, the onions is optional. It all depends on what you want to use, okay? But I love to use onions to cook my beef. So I'll be adding 3 Maggi cube seasoning. So then salt to taste. Then just a little bit of aromat seasoning, okay? Then after that, I will give it a good mix, okay? I'll mix it together to make sure that all the ingredients penetrate into the meat. So before using the beef or the meat and shaki, all those protein, okay, it has already been washed, okay? I've washed it very well, cleaned it up with salt. All right, yes. So what I'm doing right now is I'm giving it a good mix. Then after that, I will allow it to cook in its own juice. I will cover and allow it to cook in its own juice. So I'm checking on it to see how it is going. Okay, so I'll just give it a good a little mix. Okay, and then the next thing I will be adding is the Abodi, the cowrie. Okay, at this point I won't be adding water. I'll just mix it together and allow it to cook for at least about 5 minutes more before adding water. So I'll cover it and allow it to cook. Then I will check again. So it is time for me to check on it and then add some water because the meat has been cooking on its own juice. Okay, it's good to allow the meat to cook on its own juice. Okay, so now I'll be adding Cameroon pepper, dry Cameroon pepper. This pepper is very hot, so you should be very careful. Then the next thing, I'll just give it a good mix. Okay, you mix it properly so that the pepper will penetrate into the meat. Then after mixing, I'm adding some water. Okay, at this point you have to add enough water that will cook the meat very well. Okay, if you're the type that like the meat to get more soft, you add the quantity of water that will be enough. Then if you're the type that wants it a bit hard, like me, I prefer it in between, not so hard and not so strong or tough. Yeah, so now I added more water, then I'll just mix it together. Okay, and then after mixing, I'll just cover it and allow it to keep cooking. So I'll allow it to cook just for about 10-12 minutes more. So now you can see it is ready. So I'm checking on it and it is ready to be used. So I'm going to remove the meat from the pot and put it in a separate plate. Okay, so after removing the meat from the pot, the beef stock, what you have to do is you just have to set it aside. Okay, so I'll use the beef stock to cook the soup. All right, so now I'll be putting the pot on the fire and add some oil, palm oil. Okay, add enough that you think that is okay for you, depending on the quantity of egusi soup you're cooking. Okay, so now I will allow the oil to heat up. Then when it's heated up, what I will do is then add the egusi. At this point you can add onions if you want, but if you don't want it by choice, you just do it plain like this. So I'm adding the egusi the to fry it in the palm oil that is already heated. Then after adding, you make sure you give it a good stir. Okay, you stir it very well. You keep frying the egusi in the palm oil. Okay, just keep mixing it. Okay, stirring it, making sure it's frying. Okay, as you can see, it looks as if the egusi is burning, but it is not burning. All right, because I'm cooking it on a low heat. So now I'm adding the meat or beef stock. Yeah, so then after adding, make sure you mix it very well so that it won't be lumpy unless you prefer it to be so. Yes, so at this point, after adding that, I'll cover and then allow to cook. Now I'm checking again to see how the egusi is bubbling in that pot. So I'll just quickly give it a good mix. Okay, then after that, it is ready to add the proteins. Okay, you add the beef. Now I'm adding the stockfish and goat meat that I already prepared down. Then I will be adding the um, meat, okay, and the shaki, the cowrie, and every other protein that I need for it. Okay, so after that, what I will do next is just to give it a quick mix. Okay, you mix it properly so that all the egusi and the meat will mix in together. All right, so this spoon is not allowing me to move the protein very well. So what I will do is I just have to change to wooden spoon. Yes, so now I'm going to give it more mix. Yeah, so this is it. So at this point I'll be adding the stock water. Okay, the meat stock water, and the periwinkle. The periwinkle, I soaked it in the hot water and allow it to stay for some time, then wash it off with some salt. Make sure you wash it very clean because of the dirty. Okay, so then I'll be adding crayfish. All right, then you give it a good mix. Then the next thing I'll be adding Ukazi leaf. I prefer to use Ukazi at this point because when I'll be warming the soup to eat, I will be adding the vegetable. I don't want the vegetable I'll add there to get so cooked. So yes, now I will cover and allow it to cook. Then I'm checking. You can see the soup is bubbling, cooking very well. So I'll just quickly give it a mix and then add some more water. At this point, you check if you like the consistency of the water. If it's not okay, you add. If it's so thick, you add some water. If you like it thicker, you leave it that way. Okay, so now I'm going to add I'm adding the Maggi cube seasoning. Okay, because I just added water. So, and as you can see, I've not added any salt to it. So you cover and allow it to cook, so the soup is ready to be served. Okay, so I didn't add salt because already the salt in this meat is sufficient to cook the soup. Okay, so what I just added is more seasoning. All right, so I'm dishing out the soup in the plate. Okay, and I will be sorry please, and I will be serving this delicious egusi soup with pounded yam, correct pounded yam. I will serve it with pounded yam. Okay, and you can even eat this soup with amala, fufu, oatmeal. Anything can go. I love white rice, so with egusi you can eat it with white rice. Even you can even experiment it with yam, white boiled yam. Okay, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming back. Bye, see you in my next video.